I'm sure all of you would agree when I say fuck the political establishment and the lapdog media who rapes our democracy on the daily and tries to rig the election against Andrew Yang. Maybe now I can actually fucking say what I want and how the hell I want to fucking say it. Make it happen by becoming a producer to support so we can say unfiltered truths like this without being censored. So, sorry for coming in hot like that, guys. How's it, Yang and dudes and dudettes? You know, I talk a hell of a lot about gravy and taters on this channel. Well, you just stumbled upon the whole damn meal. That's right. So, if you are here, then you have probably never heard me speak this way, right? Even though it's true, YouTube will not allow me to voice how I truly feel without fear of being demonetized, silenced, or censored in some stupid way. So for real, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for even taking the time to hear me out. Okay, so here's the deal. You help me break free from the shackles that is the YouTube algorithm, and in return, I'm rewarding you like royalty. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna treat you like a prince or a princess, depends on if you're a dude or a dudette. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking exclusive access to a Patreon-only podcast, Patreon-only merch, Patreon-only videos, exclusive graphics, discount codes. Also want to make me make a video? You can do that. And you will always be the first to watch every single video except breaking news before it's uploaded, of course. And by the way, first 10 patrons get free merch via 100% off code. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let me just get real with you guys. Now that you are here, you're probably, fall into one of two categories. The first one is, genuine fans of mine. Or, the second category is just interested Yang Gang, looking to support. Or maybe you're both. So let me just speak to my fans for a second. To my hardcore actual fans who are fans of Sean, as well as Yang, not just fans of Yang content, right? So to my fans, let's be real for a second. YouTube's policies are shitty. The fact that I have to tailor my content to fit the ever-changing guidelines of YouTube means that Yang's message often gets seen by less people, as I have to pick and choose the safe and careful route for each video, which in turn means I have to create less in total and choose what is family friendly, and which leads to Yang having less truths shared, like what we just had above, but of course it'd have a lot more substance. But seriously though, Yang needs to have people like me telling it like it is on YouTube. Unfortunately, they shadow ban edgy truths and at the very least demonetize it. And I fucking hate having to censor myself for fear of losing money. If that income was guaranteed with Patreon, I could upload whatever. We could upload whatever we wanted to. And even if we are suppressed, we would at least still have the videos to share to people instead of them simply, not existing or me trying to tailor them in some sort of way. With you joining the movement as a producer to our channel, this will hopefully afford me the ability to provide, you brave few with exclusive, unfiltered, and uncensored content. This will afford me something that really can't be understated, to be free and no longer a slave to the YouTube algorithm. This is not only the reason, I've been able to keep the ship afloat, because as you know, it does take a lot of time to put together what we have created so far. And this has been done while I am still working a full-time job, you have to realize. I also have a newborn, so, there has to be a monetary justification for all the time I spend. Otherwise, it's technically a hobby and not a priority. And right now, the only way I can justify that is tailoring my content to make sure YouTube keeps that green dollar sign going. You know what I'm saying? So if you would for a second, imagine the quality of videos we could produce if I could afford to treat it as my full-time job. Yep, you heard me correctly. Up until now, my content has been rather milquetoast, soft at best. People say it's edgy, but they really have no idea of the kind of truth and dismantling I could be doing. And I don't just mean profanity, I mean like really getting into it and exposing some real ugly stuff. So of course there is a shit ton of perks as well, and we've discussed those and we'll get into them, but I am really just want to say that I'm just a small creator who needs your help to make Yang's idea a reality on the internet, even after this political season is over, to make the level of quality content both editorially and emotionally that Yang needs out there it isn't happening. So if everyone threw in 5, that alone would, allow us to be fearless with uploads, as well as fundraising more for Yang other than just live streams and merch. I could afford a higher percentage of my AdSense rating to the Yang campaign. Just the freedom alone will do so much for us. So, if you want to join us and help dedicate and guarantee that Yang will forever have content created for him on the internet, then you are more than welcome to continue the fight. Go ahead and click the link in the description, and let's get right into it, guys. And I'm glad I was able to actually directly speak, to my dedicated fans, you guys right now who are listening, because I know that those of you who are considering contributing are actually, are of course doing it, to help Yang, but also doing it because you enjoy me as a content creator. And that, is a feeling that I really can't quite explain. And I just can't appreciate you enough for it. Okay, so to the hardcore ride or die Yang gang, might just be considering keeping this channel going and independently funded just because they want to keep Yang's ideas out there. The real reason why you should join, well, let's face it, Andrea is facing a uphill battle, right? And we have outlasted so many sitting congressmen, people, senators, and even governors. However, the fucking idiotic establishment still thinks they can control our democracy, and this may be the last election in which they are able to do so, because people like me and new media are pushing back on the corruption and beating the mainstream media, not just in ratings but in ideas. Now, that very same corruption threatens to keep Yang out of the White House. If you choose to support the channel, then you guarantee that at least I will forever be making Andrew Yang related content. If the worst happens, someone has to keep going to keep his ideas alive and to still cover him and promote him through the dark times that may come. YouTube wouldn't be enough to sustain the amount of work that needs to be done at this point. Patreon would. If you'll be supporting Yang no matter what, then help me keep his ideas alive in case the worst scenario happens. Together we can say fuck the establishment and keep Yang's ideas alive and make this political movement a reality that can change the foundation of American politics as we know it. Together we can make sure that Yang will forever have a representative on YouTube dedicated to making content for Yang no matter what. When it comes down to it, many are just grifting or riding coattails to the top hoping he wins, and as soon as he doesn't win, they'll just stop making content. I will be here for that inauguration, but if he doesn't win, I'll be here keeping his dream alive only if there is a demand from you all. So if you would, throw in $5. It's the price of a coffee and a donut. For that amount, you can buy yourself an insurance policy that makes sure Yang has someone on YouTube in his corner forever. If you want to be a part of that fight, then you are more than welcome to come. You are more than welcome. Thank you. Again, just you simply stopping to even consider means the world, and I understand if you can't or don't want to. For those of you who want to be a part of cementing Andrew Yang in the annals of history, for those of you who, like me, understand that Yang is the forefather who warned us of a world taken over by automation, for those badass few, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for helping me make sure that Yang's ideas will be spread and staunchly defended forever. Thank you for joining me in literally making this new adventure in our long journey actually possible. Thank you. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty fucking badass. Rewards will scale upon goals achieved with, the frequency with which I give exclusive content, right? If I'm able to go part-time eventually, then it won't be a slow trickle of exclusive content. It'll be big bursts. Of course, if I go full-time, then Patreon is going to be almost is going to be just as important as YouTube as far as daily content. So that's kind of how it scales. Of course, if you want to join as an original Yankster, which is our lowest tier, you will gain a whole host of perks and rewards, including, but not limited to, Patreon-only podcasts, Patreon-only merch, Patreon-only videos, exclusive graphics, discount codes. Also want to make me make a video, you can do that. And you will always be the first to watch every single video except for breaking news that I just have to get uploaded, right? Don't have time to do both. And that's only one of 2 tiers. So just the bottom tier alone, you get pretty much everything. Now for producers, you get a very special reward. Anybody who wants to actually be a producer of the show, of the content that we make, will get a monthly one-on-one AMA. They will also get special access and also special decisions to make as far as content that I get to upload. And being as you are a producer, everything that we ever include in the channel, or anything as far as merch or anything that happens via sales, you get completely for free. You will also get one-on-one time that you can dedicate to however you want. You'll get 1 hour a month as long as you're a producer. The biggest thing about being a producer is that you get one-on-one access to me on the daily. I'll be able to give you my number, we'll be able to hang out, and guess what? We'll be like friends. That's what a producer gets you. Also, I have to say, a quick aside, anyone who can't afford to simultaneously make a monthly Yang contribution and the small amount asked for this Patreon to happen, then, my dudette, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing here? Piss off, you know what I'm saying? But no, on a serious note, if you can't do both, please don't pick me, obviously. Save your money, use it for Yang, however you want to do it. I survived before YouTube and I'll survive after. Please take care of yourself first. That being said, those of you who do happen to join me on this awesome journey, this next stage, this next chapter, thank you and welcome. Let's do this thing.